Okay, hi Libras. This is going to be your February love reading. Could be involving a relationship, especially as we have the Two of Cups out here. Could just be talking about self-love, or it could be talking about some sort of family or friendship or work dynamic, okay? So I'm definitely feeling the energy of like a mixed bag. As I was shuffling, I felt like you might have recently, or perhaps over the past, several months, maybe this was like a lot of last year, I felt like a tower energy moment. Lots of Scorpio energy, okay? So going through like a metaphorical death and a rebirth process. And as the Psychic Tarot card coming out here is saying, which I'll talk about at the end, it's really asks you to look more into your spirituality and relying on your spiritual strength, which is this card, to come out of that and really move into really new beautiful energy. Okay, because I saw the Sun card, I'm seeing the number 9 here, which represents completions, endings, and then of course endings are always followed by new beginnings, right? So let's jump into it. You have the Two of Cups coming up here again, indicative of some sort of soulmate connection. Okay, and soulmates can be anyone, can be friends, grandparents, parents, children. I think I said friends already. It could even be, people that you work with, a business partnership, that kind of thing. Again, it could be a romantic connection here. You could also be dealing with water energy. Okay, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And I'm also seeing Pisces or Cancer down here towards the end of the reading. So yeah, you could be dealing with a water sign, or you may have water energy in your chart. Again, this sort of spiritual growth or transformation that I was feeling, for me, it's like it was really happening for you on an emotional level, on a deeply personal level, even though I feel like that might sort of reveal itself in through your work as well. Okay, your work might have changed in the past year or so, something like that. Okay, so the next card you have is the World card in reverse. Okay, this is talking about this new cycle trying to come in, but I feel like there might be some sort of blockages or delays. Okay, it could be a person that's blocking you, possibly an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo here. Or again, it could just be speaking to yourself and your own sort of spiritual grounding, because that's the energy that I get off this card. It's like Virgo energy, that hermit energy, really being solid and secure and stable within yourself alone, right? You're grounding and you're tethering like to the earth, how well you how well you sort of stand up to, how well you weather storms. Okay, I've been giving this motif of like a tree, that's deeply rooted will withstand a lot, versus one that's roots don't go so deep is easily knocked over. That's a little bit of like the metaphor that I'm seeing here with the World card in reverse, and I'm going to clarify that card later on. The next card you have is the Ace of Wands. So definitely, let's say perhaps you had your eye on a potential love interest or something like that. I am picking up a little bit of the energy of like something just not quite working out. Okay, again, could be you or it could be another person. There could be something or someone getting in the way here of that being able to sort of start or take root or take place. And if so, I feel like that's something or someone that you're really being asked to let go, because if you're holding on to something where there's no viability for a long-term future, or if this is something that you've sort of that just hasn't been working for you, someone or something that hasn't been working for you, holding on to it is only going to serve to continue to hold you back in that cycle that you're trying to get out of. Okay, I am feeling like this could, again, it could be related to a relationship, or it could also be involving around work. Quite frankly, it could involve both. Maybe you were working with someone that you also had romantic interest with, and I'm sort of getting that phrase like, don't mix business and pleasure, right? I mean, sometimes it works, but oftentimes it does not. Okay, so it could be something like that going on here. And again, I will also clarify that Ace of Wands coming up in the reverse. So the next card you have is the Two of Swords, Aquarian energy, which is the astrological season that we're in right now. This card speaks to making choices or decisions based upon your intuition, right? That light of the moon. Everything else, right? Like her environment, everything like that. And the card is kind of blanked out, right? So it speaks to not paying attention to, you know, the thoughts and opinions of other people, not paying attention to, like, I gave this example to a client recently, but it was like, let's say you have, some type of business idea, but there are, you know, perhaps some, you know, realistic, like logistical, tangible issues getting in your way. This would speak to not necessarily giving up on that idea, especially if it's like come to you intuitively or like through a dream like that, but figuring out some other way to move forward with it and not letting tangible reality sort of get in your way. Okay. Also, you or someone else, again, there may have been a decision made here about a relationship, could be involving another air sign, Aquarius or Gemini, or even another Libra. Okay, making a decision about moving forward with something, some kind of partnership or some kind of relationship, some sort of work arrangement here is what I'm picking up. Okay, so you or someone else you might be in the midst of making that decision, or someone else is, okay? And if that's the case, I feel like, sorry, let me just take a sip of water. Let's say you're making a decision, okay? The guidance here is really to not rush yourself, okay? To make sure that you're taking time to consider all of your options and making the best choice that's for you. And if this is someone else who's making a decision in regard to you or in regards to something involving you, you know, there's a message here about needing to have detachment from a certain expected outcome, okay? The next card we have coming up, which I like seeing in the reverse, is the Seven of Cups. This speaks to potentially some confusion. Again, I'm picking up on water energy, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, and that's coming up a lot in the reading. Some kind of confusion that either you were experiencing or perhaps someone else was causing around you. Okay, again, it could have been involving a relationship here. I will clarify this card as well, but again, I like seeing this card in the reverse because it implies like cutting through the confusion. It's very much so tied to that Two of Swords energy of needing to really take a step back, get some quiet time alone to sit and contemplate and listen to your intuition and go in the direction of that, okay, as opposed to, again, paying attention to all the other options, the chaos that's around you, okay? The last card, like I mentioned, King of Cups, could be Pisces or Cancer energy specifically. I guess it could also be Scorpionic energy, could be any water sign here, all right? Definitely could, again, represent you or someone else. If this is you, this is talking about, again, you're going through or went through a process that really impacted how you show up in your emotional world, how you view yourself and view, you know, the world through an emotional lens, okay? Sometimes King of Cups energy speaks to being too much, like almost like a suffering in silence, kind of like operating in a silo, okay, which has its benefit, right? Like getting that quiet time and that alone time to yourself to really think and contemplate and meditate upon what it is that you want. But let's just say you're going through, you know, some particularly trying things, you know, it is also good to have even a small support group, people that you can go to and talk to, okay? So again, this could be you or this could be someone else. I like seeing this King of Cups coming up in the reverse because it speaks to, it's a very healthy emotional place to come from, although again, there is that slight caveat of sometimes the King of Cups can be too much on his own, okay? So, okay. And the outcome card that you have, again, spiritual strength, which is what your guides are trying to get you to focus on during this period as you're moving forward, really buoying and uplifting your spiritual support in that way, and really paying attention to your sort of spiritual rituals and practices here, okay? And I will read from that card, but I just want to note that the final outcome card coming out for the spread is the Ten of Pentacles, very positive here. In terms of, you will notice that this man is actually single, right? Oftentimes, Ten of Pentacles, it's like the quote unquote marriage card can be, but there's only one figure on this card. So to me, this is talking about your own individual stability and success, whether or not someone else is involved with that as well or not, okay? So let me, and you also, sorry, before I read from the book, there's two chakras that are being highlighted for you right now, your crown chakra as well as your sacral chakra. So I have two affirmations that I'm going to read for you that perhaps you want to write them down, repeat them for yourself. So for your crown chakra, the affirmation, this is coming from a chakra soul that was gifted to me. So the affirmation for your crown chakra is, I am connected to the divine source of the universe. I am light and I trust. And sorry, I'm just like, I have to kind of like sit up a little higher to read the next one. Okay, for your sacral chakra, it says, I love all dimensions of myself. I delight in weaving the creative tapestry that is my life. So again, you may want to write those down, repeat them to yourself in the morning or at night or whatever, at any time of day that feels good for you, right? Only if you feel called to. That's just something that I do, is I like to write down affirmations and then repeat them when I see them. Okay, so let me find this card. Okay, spiritual strength. This card is coming forth to give you encouragement and remind you that you have the inner strength to complete whatever you've been working on. This final spirit card represents courage, discipline, stability, and persistence. You may be tired or weary from the struggle, but now is not the time to give in. Instead, tap into all of your inner reserves for that one final push to achieve the desired outcome. You've been through so much to get to this point, and even though you may have acquired some scars from the battle, you're wiser and stronger for it. The enlightenment you've gained will be an invaluable resource. You may also notice that you're experimenting with different things in your life at this time. All of these experiences feed your spirit and offer you knowledge for the future, okay? And at the bottom of the Cosmic Tarot, you have the Three of Wands, okay? Speaks to manifesting, creating your quote-unquote ships coming in, right? This is saying that your dreams and desires are coming to fruition and coming to the fore. You just need to have a little bit of patience, okay? Patience and persistence is what I'm feeling here. Okay, so let me shuffle the cards once, and then I will clarify and get your oracle card and close the reading. So clarify the world in reverse. You have the Hierophant here. Again, could definitely be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus here specifically, okay? I do also feel like, because we've seen this card a lot in the year ahead spreads. It hasn't come up so much in the February love readings, but it has a little bit. And I always get similar connotations off of this card. One is there may be some sort of like meddlesome energy here, okay? Other people, I call them like the Budinskis or the peanut gallery. Other people just trying to impart their opinions or their thoughts or their energy, even inadvertently, right? Sometimes this is well-meaning people, well-intentioned people, right? But you know the phrase, the path to hell is paved with good intentions, okay? Well-meaning people trying to butt in and tell you where you should go, what you should think, who you should be with, whatever the case, what you should be working on, whatever the case, really rising above that. And again, with the Hierophant here, sort of above all those other people in the card with his like laser light vision focus there, again, that's speaking to that spiritual strength and rising above. I do also feel like if there is there's like a message here about some sort of connection or commitment that may be coming to a close. It might be the end of a cycle, okay? I'm getting that this might be like someone related to you. I'm not so much getting necessarily, Libra, that this is you. It may be, but I feel like this might be going on in the periphery, okay? Clarify. Oops, that was fast. Okay. Nine of Wands. Or sorry, Ace of Wands is coming up with the Nine of Swords. So in terms of if this was a new relationship or if this was a new project, I feel like you or someone else may not be moving forward with this because there's some, anxiety or worry around this for whatever reason. Perhaps you have past experience with this person or this thing, or you're just getting some sort of, negative or off vibe. You just know that if you were to get involved with this person or thing, this is the type of energy that it would bring towards you. And so you're trying to avoid that. Again, you're like rising above that energy, or again, this is you or someone in regards to you or someone who is just around you here. All right, so let me clarify the Seven of Cups reverse, even though, again, I like seeing that, Seven of Cups reverse. Clarify the Seven of Cups reversed. Clarify the Seven of... Oops. Okay. We got 2 cards coming out. Very interesting. I'm going to show y'all like almost exactly how they fell out like this. Okay. So with the Seven of Pentacles, this could definitely be speaking to, again, you or someone else around you going through some sort of loss. Okay, could be, again, the breakdown of some sort of committed relationship or perhaps some sort of job loss. I'm feeling like this is really has already happened. Okay, maybe it's like happening now or will be happening soon, but I'm feeling more of like it's already happened. Okay, notice here you have the double 7. So again, it's like anyone or anything trying to leave your life right now, allow it to, because that thing or that person leaving is a part of your spiritual path. It's part of how you are, a part of like where you are supposed to be and supposed to be going. Okay, with the Seven of Pentacles, I'm just gonna leave that like that. You could also be sort of, you might be in a state, especially with Mercury retrograde coming up starting I believe on Sunday, like really contemplating and thinking about the past, not in a way of like rumination and like sitting there and living there, because that would bring this Nine of Swords energy, but really looking at, okay, what worked and what didn't, so that you can use what worked to continue to build upon the future. All right, the other card you had coming out, again, kind of sideways, is the Hermit card. Okay, very much so like this similar, if you look at it, it almost like has like very similar colors to this Two of Swords, needing to spend time alone and in solitude, in quiet contemplation and meditation. Again, I feel like that's where you're really being asked to place your focus. Okay, so on yourself for this month, despite what else may be going on around you, again, in a relationship and work and a friend or family group dynamic. All right, let me get your Oracle card. I've been using the Goddess Guidance, so I think I'm just gonna stick with that. I used the numerology deck in the Every Other Day card reading this morning that I post to Instagram. So while I do this, while I shuffle these cards, as always, if you like this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Look at that, Matt coming out. That's your card. That's the Justice card, fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So yeah, whatever externally is going on here, again, whether it relates to you or to someone close to you, trust that there's going to be a fair and just outcome, okay? So, but yeah, as always, if you like this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can also book a personal reading with me. My relationship readings are 50% off for the entire month of February. The discounts automatically applied at checkout, and there are a host of other readings also available on my website. What are the messages for Libra? What are the Goddess Guidance messages for Libra? Dana, High Priestess, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. I love this card. Also reminds me of the sun and creativity. I'm seeing lots of yellow today. Also go outside. Okay, spend time outside in nature. I'm going to read from the book and then close the reading. Okay, so your wisdom extends back into the far reaches of ancient times. To me, that's talking about past life. I don't know if any of you have ever looked into your past life, but yeah. You've brought this knowledge forward into your present incarnation to be a way shower so that others may benefit from your experiences. Don't delay in expressing this wisdom. I will assist you in manifesting platforms for your spiritual teaching, whether it's through teaching by example or through writing or speaking. All forms of teaching are equally valuable, no matter how many lives you touch. And so other meanings of the card: lead workshops, write books or articles, look for opportunities to teach, be a role model of peace, honor your divinity, know that you are a leader. It says Dana is one of the most ancient Celtic goddesses, extending to the pre-Gaelic times of Ireland, when the Tuatha De Dananns, which means the children of Dana, followed her as their creator mother goddess. When the Gaelics invaded Ireland, the Tuatha De Dananns transformed themselves into leprechauns as they remain today. Dana, who's also known as Danu or Danu, it's like the difference is two ends versus one, is extremely powerful and magical. She can help you with manifestation, alchemy, and divine magic. She can also introduce you to the elemental kingdom, especially the leprechauns. Okay, so Libra, that's been your reading for February. For next month, I will be doing, I believe, self-care spread. So do, again, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications bell if you want to be notified when I post that reading. And again, I am available for personal readings. You can find all the details through my website, and the link is down below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, Libras.